Morning, guys and gals. Excuse me. Sean Springsteen here with Pure Transformation Now. Here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, getting ready to head into the gym, get my workout in. We've been talking the last few days about our words and what they mean and how that ties into our commitment and integrity and a number of other things. But before I go into today's message, I just wanted to say thanks again to Vaughn Moore. More Money Financial Strategies. We had a great talk yesterday. Great guy from here in Colorado Springs, and just gave us a great message with college planning and retirement preparation. What I want to talk about today is just commitment. Take it to a different level, and figuring out what commitment really means. You know, we talked about our words and how words have meaning, and if we don't back our words with consistent action, how that begins to bring into question our integrity. Hey Matt, how you doing, buddy? And you know, when our integrity is brought into question, I think in part that's a fabric of who we are, but I think it's also a sign of how we have an uncertainty of purpose with our goals, and the importance of establishing clear goals. And by clear goals, I'm talking about huge goals that you're willing to die for, that you're willing to commit anything and everything for. You're willing to wake up early, you're willing to, you know, skip sleep, you're willing to sacrifice. Sacrifice is a huge word when it comes to goal setting, and sacrifice obviously ties directly to integrity. You know, people that have really strong integrity are unwavering in their commitment. They're unwavering in their willingness to sacrifice. And I was going through like a personal development course here some time ago, and I heard a story by Stephen Covey. For those of you that don't know Stephen Covey, some years ago he wrote 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, and a great book. I think it was written back in the 80s, maybe even a little bit before that, I believe 1987. Anyway, told a story of about people identifying their rocks in life, and their rocks correlated to goals. And he set this bucket up on the table to represent the importance of these rocks and the prioritization of these rocks. And in this bucket, he started out by dropping these rocks in. And he looks around at the classroom and he says, okay, can I fit anything else in this bucket? The bucket's full to the top with rocks. Nobody in the classroom says he can fit anything more in there. And then he pulls out a bag of pebbles, and he fits this whole bag of pebbles into this bucket of rocks. So the pebbles kind of filter in where all the rocks are. And then he looks around at the class and says, can I fit anything else in here? And then he grabs a bag of fine sand and throws the sand into the bucket, and the sand all filters down into this bucket. Then he looks around at the class and asks them the question again, and obviously now the class is kind of onto him, and they say, yeah, you can fit more into it. And he pulls out a jug of water and he pours water into this bucket. So he fills this bucket with 4 different things: rocks, pebbles, sand, and water. And then he looks around at the class and he asks the simple question: would I have been able to put these boulders or these rocks in if I'd have put the water in first, the sand in second, the pebbles in third, and then the rocks, without spilling anything? And the answer is no. And the reality is, I think a lot of us have our priorities backwards. We're focused on things that don't matter, that don't help us get to what we want in life, metaphorically, like those rocks. So we have our rocks on the outside of our bucket, and we're worried about the sand and the pebbles and the water, and we don't put an emphasis on the rocks. Figure out what your rocks are in your life. Forget about the water, forget about the sand, maybe focus on the pebbles here and there. But if you put an emphasis, thanks Matt, if you put an emphasis on those rocks, those goals, those dreams, amazing things start to happen. Amazing things. And that's the beauty of figuring out what your priorities are, figuring out what your goals and objectives are, figuring out the value of your word. You figure out the value of your word and back it with integrity, back it with consistent action, and your dreams are going to start to happen. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. I'm going to go in and hit leg day and make some calls. You guys have a great day. Talk to you later. God bless.